often being asked what different elements might mean in dreams. One of them that comes up all the time is a snake. You ever seen a snake in a dream? Now, there's a lot of different things that the context can tell you about what's going on, but think about what a snake is. A snake is a long tail. Let's just flip those letters and use T-A-L-E instead of T-A-I-L. It's talking about deception. It's talking about lies. This is from the very beginning. The original snake was the serpent, which was Satan, who is the father of lies. He's the original deceiver that comes speaking lies and communicating lies. Snakes are most often negative. Almost always they're negative in dreams, and they usually talk about deception of some kind. But there is an exception in Scripture. And most people miss this, but if you think about what happened to the Israelites when they were in the wilderness, and as they were grumbling and complaining, the Lord sent these fiery serpents into their midst that would bite them, and people began to die from the bites of these snakes. And they were trying to figure out, what do we do? What do we do? And Moses cries out to God, and God says, well, put up a bronze serpent and hang up the bronze serpent where people can see it. And as people look at this bronze serpent, then they're going to be healed. Now, most people understand that this bronze serpent that was put on a pole, if you're going to hang a serpent on a pole, you're probably going to need something for it to hang on. It was most likely the shape of a cross. Jesus himself, he says that if the Son of Man is lifted up, that he will draw all men to himself. And he compares himself with that serpent that was the bronze serpent that was on the pole. That serpent was Jesus. Funny. Most people miss that there can be a positive meaning. Now, it's extremely rare. Most often, snakes are a very negative thing. They're talking about deception. They're talking about lies. Sometimes they're talking about spiritual beings that are lying. What's going on with the snake? Do you see the snake, but it doesn't threaten you? You just see it lying in the grass and you walk by. Is it right in your path and you have to avoid it? Does it bite you? Does it try to strangle you? This will tell you what's going on with a lie. Is it just that there's deception in the environment that you're in? Is it saying that you're going to notice a deception as you continue walking forward that you're going to have to avoid? If it's bitten you, then it's saying that this lie has affected you and has hurt you. It's caused you pain. If it's strangling you, it's saying that this lie is actually stealing life from you. It's choking out the life that you've been given. Is it your snake? If you own the snake, or if the snake is in your house, it's saying that you've believed the lie, that it's actually part of what you're believing. It's not just in the environment, but you have received it. Is it a pet snake? That's not a good thing. You don't want a pet snake in a dream, because that means that you've accepted this thing and you kind of think of it as good. You're cultivating it, you're protecting it, and you're feeding this lie, and you need to deal with it. Is it somebody else's snake? Is the snake in somebody else's house? Then it's a deception that they're believing that possibly is affecting you or harming you, or you're noticing it or you're seeing it. You see how context has so much to do with what an element might mean in a dream? So, snakes, most often negative. Now, very, very rarely are they positive. But that's the reason why you don't want to rely on a dream dictionary to figure out what something might mean in a dream. You need to hear from God, because he's the one that can tell you. That's another interesting dream element.